I swear it's amazing. We predict who we are when we are younger because we are so pure-hearted and we have not been introduced to self-doubt that we speak freely in what we feel, and that is our higher self, our true self. Now that as an adult we're trying to reconnect with, by rewiring the subconscious mind and just murdering the ego. uh it's amazing because I used to say that I was going to adapt, that I was never going to get pregnant when I was very young, like at a time where I shouldn't even know about this or I shouldn't even care about this. But now I actually come to think of it, I think I was traumatized when I first came to US, at 14, at 13, seeing kids at high school, like pregnant and shit. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this generation? Because I wasn't really exposed to that in Ethiopia. You know what I mean? We were very delayed. We were very kiddish. We were very young. We were playful. We were like really enjoying being young, right? Maybe it's because I came, like, almost like at 13 and a half. Yeah, there's crush and boyfriend and girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. But, like, being a parent was, like, the last thing. It was so unattractive. It still is to me. Like, it's so, what the fuck is there to be attracted to when, like, for American 12-year-old, telling them, are you ready to be a parent? They're like, I don't know. But, anyways, the point is, what have you predicted about yourself? What did you say? Like, what was it that you used to say? Like, how far back can you go back and remember? Like, really, like, who you used to be as a kid? To me, thank God, God bless my dad for being a very modern, very ahead of himself. Both my parents, I'm a product of both of them. Thanks to my best friend Mekdi for highlighting that for me. So that was the date I think it hit home for me, and I no longer blamed my mom or my dad for my life or my unhappiness. And then I turned my life around, like in my mid 20s on my early on spiritual awakening journey. But my dad took a picture of me as a baby. I was like 3 years old with my big old diaper on, with my pull-ups on, and nothing on the bottom, just my pull-ups. And then I was wearing this velvet red, what do you call it? Sweater, turtleneck. I think my dad was really excited for having me. I was like his start over, right? Because I got more better pictures than my two brothers. And I was reading a magazine. I was like literally staring at it. It's so funny, like, right? Like, what was I thinking? And it's so funny that my mom could not find this picture. It's amazing. I don't know what happened to it. I hope we find it. But it's fucking amazing. And then another thing is like, and then I came to America, right in my high school. I never forget Mrs. Carr, my English teacher. Um, I told her. She asked me. She was very interested in me. She really liked me, right? And she even introduced me to her best friend. Like, took her time. She was like, come with me for a second. And then she introduced me to her. And this teacher happened to be actually, I used to think she was so beautiful, the way she dressed and everything. She thought that this is the psychiatrist. That's all she said. And then they must have talked about it. And then she looked at me, she laughed, she was smiling. She's like, she's pretty, people will like her. I'll never forget that. Right? I didn't even know what psychiatrist meant back then, but I said it. You know? But yeah, things like that. Cause now I feel like when I look at kids, I love them. To me, it's actually a much better thing to adapt because the pregnancy, I don't have to go through that. Like, hey, it's like buying a cooked food versus buying groceries and cooking it at home. Right? But the pregnancy is such a special feeling. Really? Why? Why is it so special? It's who I am as a woman. I'm created to have a baby. My stomach is gonna get bigger. I'm gonna feel it kicking. It's gonna be uncomfortable. I'm gonna get bigger and bigger. My foot is gonna swallow. What the fuck is there to enjoy? There's nothing to enjoy about being pregnant, unless something is fucking wrong with your head. Like, I swear to God, I'm a woman, so I can say that. You cannot tell me it's the most beautiful feeling. Like, what? You're tired. It's like, you think you love it because you are programmed by society standard that they exaggerated the men, right? They exaggerated for you. Your most accomplishment is to have a baby. And that has been the belief The belief for the society that we have created in this generation is to 2023, and women still believe they're not successful enough unless they become mothers. Oh my God, you guys, this ideal or theory was created a long time ago by men who was fearing women, who couldn't understand women, because we have so much to be explored than men. We have so much pain we experience every month, every 3 weeks. We experience a hormonal change emotionally. Right on that 3rd week, and then on the 4th week, the period comes. We bleed 3 to 7 days, and we don't die. Can you imagine, like, before Socrates and everything? Like, it's just like, oh, women, you don't have time to sit and contemplate. Just shut the fuck up and have a baby. And that kept them busy. I'm sure it did. Because they don't even understand what the fuck is happening, like, with their bodies. They're split into two. Now their whole focus become that baby. And the generation after, they keep passing on, oh, women, our job is just to be a mother. Just think of how many stages of life that we have come across. People only pay attention to Black Lives Matter, like slavery, the Holocaust. Da, da, da. Women has always been all these things until now. Still, it's happening. We were suppressed. So many things that a woman has to come along. You aren't allowed to wear pants. You aren't allowed to wear. You aren't allowed to vote. You aren't allowed to go to school. And this belief wasn't all over. It was in Africa. It was in Asia. It was all over the world. Like, history is the same. They want to make you believe that only American history matters, but slavery existed in all the countries when it existed. The hatred generation, it wasn't all over. We were hating on each other. Africans on Africans. That's how crazy we are. Because we are allowing our mind to take over, like what we, not like the true self. Whatever we exposed to, we believe it, we cultivate it, and then it becomes a character. But yeah, I'm so blessed. When I look at kids, especially like kids that are already walking on the diapers, I love them. Like, it's so easy to fall in love with them. Right? I actually want a baby at that age that doesn't have a parent. There's so many of them out there right now we can go by, literally, and then fix someone's life. What is the difference? Whether I give birth or not, what counts is what type of human being I've created. It's not about what happens. It doesn't fucking matter what happens in my stomach. That's nature. Right? What matters is after it came out of your stomach, and for my surprise, God is so amazing. I witnessed a birth, right? I witnessed the process. I was wondering, you can't even see it when the baby comes out of your stomach, like you're laying there. They can literally switch it. They can make a mistake. It's possible. But like after you gave birth, they give it to you, here's your baby, you will accept it. Right? If I have a rich husband, he can literally do that for me. Right? He doesn't want his wife to get hurt, like she was maybe like she had a stillborn. That's how it is, the human mind. It's all about your state of mind. If we normalize it, when you're 50, now you want to have a baby, you can adopt it. Help a human being. That's a good deed. Now you have a child. You raising a conscious, healthy human being. You've done a good job. But rather, we are so trapped with this rusted chain of what men made us believe for generation, and we still do. And we decide a baby, we women have babies between mid-20s and early 30s. and you're fucking confused as fuck. Now you're too busy mentally, emotionally, physically to chase your dream, to understand who you are. It's impossible because now you have more responsibility. You have to work. You have to raise a child. I mean, you're paying to raise your child basically because you're picking him up and you drop him off. That's your relationship. And on your off days, you get to have your child, of course, on your off days. What the? Like, really, woman? Really? Like, what is happening? When are we gonna wake the fuck up and change this way of thinking? And stop bother. Men do not give a shit. It's women that makes other women confused and feel bad. Unless, like, stronger women like me are gonna be more like, like more created. Oh, you don't have a baby? Shut the fuck up. What do you have? I have a fucking corporate. I have platinum. I'm a billionaire. What the fuck do you have? Your husband is rich. But what the fuck? My husband is this and I'm a mother. So? But what the fuck have you done lately? You yourself, not your husband. You know? It's just, some might say, well, marrying a husband, a rich husband was my goal. Good for you. Good for you, but there is still your desire, your calling cannot be to marry a rich husband. I mean, it's possible to have a calling to be a mother, but like unless you're like financially successful and you can be a mother, because if you say that you have a calling to be a mother, but you are working at a job, that's not the right calling. That's what society confusion did to you. You wanna Greg about confused ass life.